Hi and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Elena Russo. Saving the environment, it's a phrase we've heard over and over again and for decades. But is there light at the end of the tunnel? Here to answer that question is Dr. Roman Jesien, who is the science coordinator for the Maryland Coastal Bays program. Dr. Jesien, thank you very much for coming in.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to talk to you.
Answer that question for us. I mean, all this work we've been doing for years, are we producing any results?
We're getting someplace. We're moving in the right direction, but it's a hard process. We've been talking about this for a long time. A lot of times people are getting tired of listening to it. You know, it's are we ever going to save the bay? You know, we will, and there's plenty of opportunities to do the right thing if people would just stop and think about what they're doing. You know, anything from picking up after your dog to dumping trash along the roadsides. You know, there's so many back roads that you see that are just covered with trash. There's really no reason for that kind of thing, all the way up to you know, factories and businesses that should know better and to do the right thing and follow regulations, both in the spirit and the you know, the letter of the law is really what we need to do. But unfortunately, we don't always do what we should do.
And some of the basics that you mentioned, just not throwing trash out the window when using the receptacles that are everywhere.
You'd think that was easy, wouldn't you? You know, I do a lot of traveling along Delmarva. I live in Cambridge and I work in the Ocean City area. As a biologist, I do a lot of work in back roads and streams, and I'm just constantly dismayed by the amount of trash that you see in streams, along roadsides, that there's really just no reason for it other than it's just expeditious to throw your trash wherever you find it, or wherever you may be. Then that's a good place to throw it. And you know, we saw the Indian crying, you know, back in the 70s. I don't know if you remember that commercial, but we still see the same thing, and it's an ongoing process that we're constantly fighting. But what I wanted to talk about today is, you know, the Maryland Coastal Bays program is an organization that's centered in the Ocean City area. We're involved with water quality and preservation and restoration of our waterways and land areas in the Atlantic Coastal Bays watershed. We're different than the Chesapeake Bay. We're on the other side of the Delmarva Peninsula. We're in the Coastal Bays watershed. We've got a number of great opportunities that have presented themselves in fairly recently.
Is one of that the Shell property, perhaps?
The Shell property, right. That's located in the northern part of our watershed. It's a property that we acquired through a series of court cases that was a result of litigation, and actually it was Comcast through Comcast Cares Days that helped us clean up a lot of that area, and now we've developed some trails through there, and people are encouraged now to come out and participate in the area and look at walk through the woods and see what we have. Another site is a kayak launch that we're working on that will be probably ready around springtime. It's the old Ocean City landfill. It's a municipal dump that has been cleaned. Is a really pristine area.
And now it has public access.
And now we're providing public access for it. And we're encouraging people to come out and participate.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. It was great to hear from you, Dr. Jesien. For Comcast Newsmakers, I'm Elena Russo.